Yes, I can absolutely confirm that.
Why was this statement last night so vague? It said that they discussed it. It makes no mention of azithromycin or zinc.
Well, the president said himself he's taking it. That's a given fact. He said it. The purpose of this letter was to show that Dr. Connolly agreed with the analysis that the benefits outweighed the risk. The president should be taken at his word, and the purpose of this letter was to show just that, as it did, the rationale behind it.
Kayleigh, just to follow up on that, the letter seemed very carefully written, and a lot of people said it doesn't explicitly say that he's prescribing. Was there a reason?
The reason is the President of the United States said it, and if it were any other President of the United States, the media would take him at his word. The purpose of this letter was to give a medical rationale for the decision that the President announced was made in consultation with his doctor.
Is there any concern about mixed messaging? The FDA has said this drug shouldn't be used to treat COVID unless in a hospital setting. Is the President sending mixed messages or confusing messages?
Look, I spoke with Dr. Hahn this morning, and what Dr. Hahn said to me is this is a drug that has been approved for 3 other uses. He said he's prescribed it to his patients in the past. He told me that it has a good safety profile, but should always be prescribed in the context of a doctor prescribing it to their patients. So that is ultimately how the decision should be made. It's ultimately how President Trump made his decision. But I think there's some misreporting out there and some neglect of the fact that tens of millions of people across the world have taken this drug for other purposes and done so safely.
Is the President's heart being monitored while he's taking this? That's one of the other potential recommendations as well.
I have no other information about the President's medical decisions, but I have to get to my morning meeting. WHO, so I'll just say I have no information further about the WHO, but that letter really outlined strongly the President's point of view, namely on January 21st, I believe it was, that you had Xi Jinping, who was pressuring the WHO and saying, you know, you should not declare this an emergency. And then the very next day, you had the WHO saying, in fact, that this was not an issue, a public health emergency situation. So issues like that, where there's a very clear China bias at play, should be looked at very carefully, and is being looked at very carefully as we make our decision further. Thank you very much.
Cloud Corporation. There's a report that the New York Times reported last night that the Cloud Corporation received $350 million to produce COVID-related medicines that are typically made in India and China. I was wondering if you could confirm that news.
I haven't even seen that story yet, but I'll take a look, Finn.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We say, and I ask you to stay with us, lift up your voices in this great meeting in the heart of England. Send to all the world a message: England lives and marches on.